Hello YouTube fans and Star Trek fans out there. This is another review from Star Trek 99. Now, it's the end of the year, it's it's the last day, it's about another hour or so to go until 2011. I'm all set for next year. I have my calendar ready. 2011, my new Star Trek calendar. It's all ready for next year. But I thought I'd do a review to, just to finish off the year sort of thing. So I thought, yeah, I'll do a review. So without further ado, I did promise everyone that I would do different things this year, and without further ado, sorry if everyone's not really expecting this, but I'm actually going to do my action figures for a change of Star Trek. And as anyone knows or is smart, and they are watching, and they know they are a Star Trek fan, they shall know this is Captain Jean-Luc Picard, who is the commanding officer of the Enterprise D. As you notice, he's in his captain's jacket, and you may think he's somewhere is a bit dirty because he's a bit dusty because he's been on a shelf for a long time. I have them all laid out original series at the bottom. Next Generation, Voyager, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, Enterprise, on a line there. There's a separate shelf for the movies sort of thing on, with the autographs behind and things. But anyway, back to the figures. I'm not going to talk about the figures themselves by Playmates. I'm just going to talk about the actual character themselves to represent them. Picard. He was the first officer, I think the first officer was a lieutenant on board the USS Stargazer, which was a Constellation class, a very oldish one for the time. It engaged the Ferengis at the Battle of Maxia, which they called, and they sort of bring it back afterwards and try and torture the cargo of their own ship on that one. But a couple of just a few things about him. Doesn't have a real heart, Picard. Not saying he doesn't have a real heart, he does, so to speak. He doesn't really have a real one because his real heart was lost at a starbase when he got into a fight with some, I can't remember what aliens it are now, but it's on these videos I've got about him, and he's he gets into a fight with him. One puts a knife through his heart, he laughs and he collapses on the floor, and he has to be rushed straight away to the medical centre, the sick bay on Starbase, and he goes from there. Yeah, gets the Enterprise D, his first command, I think. He goes from there, and he goes on to command the Enterprise E. But yeah, I'm trying to think of more to say about it. But yeah, he's the captain of the Enterprise D. I'm going to put him to one side back here now. And to my next character, Commander William T. Riker. A very outstanding officer. He was on board the USS Pegasus. His first assignment, he was a helmsman. A couple of other officers, managed to get to the escape pods and get off the ship because it was the crew had a bit of a mutiny with the captain. Because crime was, I've not seen the episode for a long time. Things like that, and they were one of the ships to be testing cloaking technology for the Federation. But as we all know, cloaking technology is outlawed in the Federation. No Federation starship is allowed to carry a cloaking device, but it goes from there. It starts to test with technology like the cloaking device and bits like that. This one, I've got to admit, on Playmates isn't really my favourite figure. One, because his uniform's all ripped and all that, and I don't really like it. But I wanted William Riker for a long time. I wanted to get more like a Next Generation series 3 and 4 sort of thing uniform, and it took me this one took me a long time to get. And by any chance, he's actually not on his stand; he's on queues because I don't have the actual stamp for him. I just bought him as he was. It was about £1, I think, on one of the markets I go to. It was a what I needed a Riker at the time, and I really just wasn't really bothered about the price. Next officer, Data, who was the second officer on board the Enterprise D and the Enterprise E, I think it was. As we all know, he's an android sort of thing. He's an android, top of his class was that. He's quite a good person to know, I'd say, which is quite a lot saying for it. His action figure is actually quite good because his action figure is quite a lot on itself. Doesn't really need accessories because his back comes with this little open section type plug a wire or something. I got one of these in his box and there's actually no wire for it, so I don't know if they do something later in the series you can get. I don't know. I mean, I can't find a wire for him. As you can see, the door doesn't really shut very well on the back. It's very difficult. And then, some people are very lucky, like I was when I bought mine. You can get Data with his arm piece that comes off. I did buy one which was 10 pence on a jumble sale near where I live, with the arm bit missing. The arm little bit there, little door. But you can get that. I hear these can go quite a little bit with the arm intact. And it's like, because most people can lose the doors and bits on theirs, but he's good. He's quite a good character on Star Trek Next Generation, and I like him. And it took me quite a long time to get him as well. I'm just gonna say, let you all know now, the easiest one to get was Picard by miles. I go to the same like shop every time, and they just seem to have him on the shelf every time. He's just stood there on top of the shelf. I don't know why. It's just him there. It's him, and then Gowron the Klingon, and then it's Deep Space Nine figures from the original series. That's all they've got. I don't know why. It's really weird because I could newish shop and they just got all these at the top. I don't know what. It's weird. I go in there, I think, why you got the Next Generation figures on? Although I do like it. Next person, Beverly Crusher. Now, if anyone's watching out there and you're very young, please cover your ears now. This was a hell of a lot hard to find. This was actually bugger to find. Beverly Crusher. Every time I got close to getting one on the internet, someone would outbid me at the last minute. She was a bitch to get. I could never get her. And then I went to a toy fair near me one time, and she was there for £2.50, I think it was, out the box with all her things, with a couple of Star Trek ones. I thought, I'm getting it. I rushed up to the stand, said, can I have that figure there? Got it down. I literally snatched it out of his hand. I said, that's mine now. I'm giving the money and just ran off. I couldn't wait to get this one home, but with the Next Generation action figures I've got. But she's got a jacket she always has. She comes with a hypo spray, phaser, and pads and all accessories for medical sick bay. But yeah, she's another great figure I've got. Next officer I'm going to pull out is, okay, on to your guess. Ta-da! Geordie. He wasn't easy to find either. He was quite hard. I have got Geordie in dress and the like the other uniform where it's like the flat bit there, no neck to it, it's all flat. I have got that one. That was quite easy to get. I found that. Well, a bit of chance. I actually found that on eBay for it was in a massive box of old Star Trek figures, and I've just bought it, and I was quite happy with that because it's an oldish one, and the visor is actually glued to him. This one isn't actually his visor. As you can see, that's without. That's just the visor bit there. Just point it out. This isn't his visor. This is the dress uniform, Geordie LaForge's visor. There's no difference, but my dress one looks. What's that? That's just with my other dated dress and O'Brien dress. They're like that sort of thing, just stood there. I was meant to be talking about the people, not the actual figures. What am I doing? Talking about the figures here. I'm not actually talking about the people. Next one, Worf, of course. I was quite amazed really, because he doesn't really go on the stand. They didn't really make the stand for him quite well, I don't think. his foot does touch the ground, thankfully. He does balance out well, but he's really big for the stand. His arms are like really huge. It's just like, check out my muscles sort of thing. I mean, I have actually at one time I did get my Troy figure sort of thing, like feeling his muscles on like my transporter playset, and then I've got Riker, like a little movie where Riker comes in and then just jumps us up and pulls him down, throws him into the transporter and like beams him off into space. So I thought that was quite funny what I did. I think I'm going to try and upload it to YouTube one day. It is quite funny what I did with him, like snapshots. But yeah, it's Commander Worf. What's it? I want to try and get him in his. I want to try and get him. I have got him in his first contact uniform, which is quite good. Him and Bacard in their first contact uniforms. Try to find something to put him now. Put him there. And then my last but not least, Troy action figure. She was also quite easy to find. I found her on the same store as Commander Riker. They weren't really that much. They were quite easy to get. Sort of thing. Both together, near enough in the same box next to each other. So it was quite good. Troy Council on board the Enterprise. I want to try and get her in these uniforms. Okay. I want to try and get her in these uniforms, but I can't. It's impossible to try and get it, but she's not too bad in this uniform. I like it, this one. I like it. I would like her though in these different ones. But yeah, that's my bridge crew I have. Just to show some of the ones I have up here on my other shelf. I do just have it like arm's length here. Here we go. These are the ones I have. Tasha Yar, Ro, and like I said, Geordie with his other uniform on, sort of thing. That's my other sets. My other one I've got. I do have Dr. Pulaski, but she's at the moment I've lost her. I put her in a box for Christmas because the shelf, all my Christmas stuff were on. She was on that with a bunch of other stuff. I put it in a box, but as you can see, I like to do a different area this time because areas have to be altered in my bedroom for Christmas. I put it in a box, and now the box has gone walkabouts, and I can't find it. But when I do find it, I will just like show her sort of thing. I've got her somewhere. I will find her. Do not worry about that. She will be found. But yeah, that's my Next Generation crew. I'm trying not to block anyone out here. This seems to be blocking data out. Ah! There's Beverly Crusher. But yeah, that's my Next Generation crew. So, all good. And I just had to point it out to everyone this year. I had a little look round, tally, and it turns out that you all seem to have really liked this year was my communicator and my face pistol from Enterprise. That's what you all seem to have liked this year. It's about 200 or so reviews. Views. Another one that everyone's thought was quite good, which was 700 views, was my Doctor Who Sonic Screwdriver review of the different Doctor Who's ones. But that's my top Trekkie one, that's my top Doctor Who one. But yeah, very good. I will try and get back to everyone in the new year. Bits and bobs. I have a lot of stuff to do in the new year. I have, for instance, a new model I will be attempting. Yes, everyone, that is the RMS Titanic. A new model for my set. I will be trying to attempt to do that for the new year. So that's what we're doing tomorrow. My New Year's Revolution. Build a model. Yeah, that's about it. Doing that. And things. Yeah. So that's about really it. Oh, another quick thing. I've got some new ships for Christmas. I got the Enterprise HD edition from Art Asylum. I got that. I got some Micro Machine ships. I got Star Trek seen it, some Star Trek glasses, not glasses, like drinking glasses. So I'll get back to you with all that for the new year. But anyway, this is Star Trek 99 signing off for the very last time this year, and I hope to see you all in 2011. Really, I hope to see you all then. So have a great New Year's, and I hope you all enjoy yourselves. See you in 2011. Right, so for the very last time I'll say again this year, this is Star Trek 99 signing off. Have a great New Year's.